Top 10 World Cup moments that shocked the world. The World Cup has provided us with some shocking scenes that had us rubbing our eyes. This great competition has witnessed some jaw-dropping moments. May that be Germany's massive battering of Brazil, Maradona sneaking a goal with the power vested into his hand by God, or Zinedine Zidane's temple loss. The wildness truly never stops. With the World Cup coming toward us, let's look at some of the most shocking World Cup moments that truly had us in awe. Number 10. The Battle of Nuremberg. We all understand how vicious a football game has to be to earn a nickname after a literal battle. That is how colossal the combat between Portugal and Holland was back in 2006. With the quarterfinals at stake, both teams wanted to be victorious in the round of 16 tie, but instead, they took the phrase, "make your opponent suffer," quite too literally. So, what happened here? Let's say that the referee for the match, Valentin Ivanov, was utterly a busy man, hosting the highest amount of cards ever awarded in a World Cup game. Yes, there were 16 yellow cards and 4 red cards. That is the magnitude of violence that the world witnessed in those woeful 90 minutes. The game showed off loads of drama with Van Bommel tackling Cristiano Ronaldo from behind in the second minute to Figo retaliating against Van Bommel with an angered headbutt in the second half. The post-match interview saw Portuguese manager Felipe Scolari stating, "Jesus Christ might be able to turn the other cheek, but Luis Figo isn't." Number 9. Luis Suarez biting Chiellini. In one of the most absurd and rather funny moments in football, we saw Luis Suarez do something impeccably stunning and shocking, showing off shades of hunger and cannibalism against Giorgio Chiellini. The funniest part is that this was not the first time Suarez took a munch out of his opponents, and literally, but this was the third occasion where Suarez buried his teeth into someone. The incident occurred in the 40th minute where the usual striker-defender battle is taking place in the box, except the Uruguayan did something way dirtier, and boom! Chiellini is lying on the ground, in pain and in confusion. Chiellini even showed the referee what Luis Suarez had done, but of course, Suarez escaped, and as he usually does. Number 8. Introduction to the Cruyff turn. Today, we might not consider this as a shocking moment, but when Sir Johan Cruyff pulled out a belter of an incredible turn, fooling the Swedish defender Jan Olsson to the opposite side, the crowd was mesmerized by the genius and intelligence of that cheeky little feint and turn. Olsson himself had something to say about that drastic move, stating, "My teammates after the game, we looked at each other, they started to laugh, and I did the same." Moreover, he began to further describe Johan Cruyff's sensational ability, saying, "I don't understand how he did it. It was a fantastic sequence. I thought I was going to take the ball. I still can't understand. Now when I see the video, every time I think I've got the ball." Well, Jan Olsson, let's just say that you're not the only one. Number 7. Ronaldo versus Rooney. Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney were a formidable duo that was unstoppable on the field. However, the two had some strife between them. It all started by paying loyalties to your country and putting out love for the flag on that chest. When Rooney stamped his foot on a Portuguese player in the 2006 World Cup quarter-final, fouling his opponent in a vile manner, Cristiano Ronaldo wasted no time provoking the referee for something more than just a free kick. To no one's surprise, the bull in Wayne Rooney embarked and gave his Manchester United teammate an angry push that provided the referee with an excuse to send off Rooney. However, all hell broke loose when the cameras caught Cristiano Ronaldo winking at Rooney after doing his nation a huge favour. The aftermath of this incident was just horrendous, with Ronaldo almost transferring from Manchester United to Valencia. Well, thank God that didn't happen. Number 6. The famous Frank Lampard ghost goal. At number 6, we've one of the most controversial and jaw-dropping World Cup moments of all time, where Frank Lampard's unbelievable chip shot over Manuel Neuer's head hit the crossbar and ricocheted beyond the goal line before bouncing back into Neuer's hands again. This absolutely majestic attempt had all England fans up on their seats, beginning to prepare for celebrations. However, there was one problem. The referee never blew the whistle for the goal, and we saw Lampard protesting in agony. This game ended in a 4-1 victory for Germany, whilst England faced elimination from the World Cup. Despite the unfairness of this goal, it flared up the need for goal line technology, which has made these decisions easier today. Sorry, Frank, but yeah, you can tell yourself that you revolutionized football. Number 5. Flying Van Persie. Van Persie earned his nickname as the Flying Dutchman in this specific tie when Holland battled off the defending champions in Spain through exhilarating the most tormenting football on the field. In that game, Robin van Persie did what he does best, which is scoring the most nerve-wracking goals ever, with the world witnessing an absolutely devouring and merciless header on top of the classic Ramos and Piqué centre-back pairing. The goal equalised the scores between the two teams, and what went on was just some power-filled fury, all started by Van Persie's Superman antics. Number 4. Uruguay vs Ghana, 2010. Uruguay vs Ghana in the 2010 World Cup of South Africa is without a doubt one of the most memorable matches in football history. In the quarterfinals, with a powered Uruguayan team against the underdogs in Ghana, the world saw absolute treachery and dark arts. Well, we guess that is what you get with Luis Suarez. In the final minutes of extra time, Steven Appiah took a shot in an absolutely chaotic situation in the box, with his mind processing how a goalkeeperless goal will have him see his name in glory. But, to his bad luck, Luis Suarez pulled out a hand and stopped the ball from going in. The centre-forward was sent off and Ghana were awarded a last-minute spot kick. To everyone's surprise, Asamoah Gyan missed the kick and the match went to penalties, where Uruguay proved successful and made their way to the World Cup semi-final. Without Suarez, of course, but his stroke of genius displaying some dark arts changed the game for his national team in a positive way. Number 3. The Brazilian Nightmare. This was an absolute nightmare of a game for the host nation, where Brazil was truly powdered in and out by one of the most ruthless teams in the tournament, showcasing a powerful display of animosity, wrath, and lack of mercy. This match truly had the world shocked and in agony, with Thomas Müller starting the scoring, followed by Miroslav Klose claiming an all-time World Cup record. The minutes passed and the Brazilian confidence kept being hammered to the bone. Finally, Oscar, showing some effort and dignity, salvaged a final minute goal for Brazil, but when the final whistle blew, Germany already had 7 on the scoreboard in the most memorable World Cup tie of all time. Number 2. The Hand of God. Diego Maradona was more than an icon. You can write books and produce movies about him, but it will never be enough. Without a doubt, the most iconic Maradona moment is when the power of the planet was fixed in his arm and when he punched the ball past the goalkeeper in the 2-1 World Cup final win against England. Did Maradona do wrong? Perhaps it was, but the man had no regrets about it. The truth is that I don't for a second regret scoring that goal with my hand. Maradona added, that goal became part of soccer history. There are still 10-year-old kids out there today with Maradona on their backs, and that kind of insanity can only be explained by one goal. Without a doubt, champ. It was unfair, but also fair. Number 1. Zidane's anger burst. Football is all about the mind games, and as it turns out, in the Italian World Cup final win in 2006, the French legend failed to think rationally and fell prey to Materazzi's genius. For one thing, Zidane himself regrets ending his playing career in that fashion, where his presence on the field could have won France big. So, what exactly happened? The truth is, no one knows, but there are sayings that Materazzi said something about Zidane's mother, and anger prompted him out in the form of a chest-crushing headbutt from him. The most concerning part here was the surprise. For that to happen in the manner it did, and on the occasion, the world was truly surprised, which is why this moment has earned our number 1 spot over the World Cup moments that shocked us completely. With the 2022 World Cup coming this month, we expect and hope to see more exciting and shocking moments that will thrill us and the history books. Till then, see you next time.